Back at Bristol in the Sharpie 500, Sterling Marlin is the leader. Casey Mears is second. Did not pit under the caution. Jeff Gordon, just fuel on his pit stop. He's third. He was 17th at the yellow flag. Kevin Harvick quickly looking on Gordon. Not there.
Is that Kurt Busch on the outside? Just blew by those guys? Man, goes by McMurray on the outside. Now he's going to try Kenny Wallace.
Kurt Busch started 8th. He's trying to get 6th from Kenny. Now he's trying to shut the door on McMurray. Wow.
You play offense only so long at this joint, then you got to start playing defense.
So just to finish the pit story, Ken Schrader took fuel only. He's 5th. And you've got Kenny Wallace 6th, Kurt Busch 7th, Jamie McMurray 8th, Ricky Craven 9th, and a spinner down the front stretch and one into the outside wall. It's Mark Martin. Before we even get to tell you what happened to Mark Martin on his pit stop, he's into the outside wall.
And Mark was in such a good spot when you tell what happened. Yeah, after the pit stop, and he had to come in. Alan will tell you about that. But what a...
Let's put it away and let's load this car up.
Yeah. Mark came in, got fuel only on his pit stop, got off pit road ahead of all the other guys that pitted, but the catch can went with him out of his pit box.
Yeah.
He had to come back in. It put him back 26th in line, and that's what happens at Bristol when you get back in line.
Exactly. I mean, you talk about track position. Well, track position will hurt you here at Bristol. Watch here. See, right behind the 8 car, the 6 car leaves, and there's the catch can. Comes flying out of the box. You cannot take equipment out of the box. So he had to come in for a stop and go. Problem is, he got back in the back of the pack, and we always say those yellows breed yellow, especially this time at Bristol.
All right, here's what happened to bring out the caution flag. Top of the screen. Looked like Johnny Sauter and maybe Bill Elliott got tangled up.
Boy, Mark just got collected.
Sauter came off the wall and just caught Mark in the right rear as he went by, turned him head on in the wall. Dave?
Now let's catch up with Mark here. Mark checking out the damage and collecting his things. Mark, tell us about that.
Johnny Sauter, he lost it. He's a weapon out there all night, man. I couldn't believe it. You know, and I see he's still out there running. I don't know. This wasn't our night. We had a great car. So it's just, that just figures, you know. I really believe that we had a chance to win that thing.
It looked like it from down here and up there too, guys, didn't it?
No, I mean, he had a great car and he was in a great spot, but unfortunately that mishap in the pits put him in a bad position on the restart of this race. When you're back there with those guys, sometimes you get caught up.
So Mark Martin, you could put him on the angry list.
Yeah, he was smiling, but he wasn't happy.
Yeah. Bill?
Just want to follow up on the Mark Martin catch can, Alan. When he left and that catch can fell, the gasoline that spilled behind the 8 car, the rear tire changer and the tire carrier slipped in that. That slowed Junior's stop and put him further back in the field.
Yeah, Junior's back in 19th. So caution number 16 is out here at Bristol. Watch this. Mark leaves. The catch can still there. And now watch the guys coming around the back of the car.
Yeah, I'm not sure that the rear tire changer almost got hit with the catch can when it came sliding into the pit.
So we are under caution again with 150 laps to go. I hate to think what might happen in the final chunk of this race. Where's the love?
So ask yourself, is the loving really gone? So I could ask myself, really what is going on? What's the truth, y'all? Come on.
The Sharpie 500 from Bristol Motor Speedway, brought to you by Chevrolet. Wherever there's a winner's circle, we'll be there. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans. And Sharpie, right out loud.
Green flag, and we're back underway in the Sharpie 500. You know, summer's winding down. A lot of the county fairs that have demolition derbies have passed for the month of August. We got one going here tonight in Bristol.
Oh, Gordon is all over the back of 41 car Casey Mears.
And Kurt Busch, once again on the restart, got a spot on the outside. Has Schrader down in 1 and 2 on the outside.
Got himself 5th position, did Kurt.
Here comes Harvick.
Kevin Harvick.
Doing the fake.
Jeff Gordon putting some pressure on Casey Mears.
Oh, look at Harvick on the inside.
Got it.
Can Kurt Busch follow? He's going to try.
Slammed the door was on his toes.
Down.
So Kevin Harvick to 3rd. Yes.
David Harvick gets to the 41. He may not be as patient as Jeff was with him.
Here's Kurt Busch working on Jeff Gordon for 4th. And Ken Schrader trying to follow the open hole through. I tell you what, Jeff Gordon led 179 laps most of the opening part of this race, but his car's just not been right for this whole middle section of the race.
And we see Harvick going by Casey Mears for the 2nd spot.
Harvick got just right side tires on his pit stop at lap 339. But remember, Sterling Marlin pitted at lap 300. Now, granted, he hadn't run a whole lot of green flag laps on those tires.
Kurt Busch putting the pressure on.
Remember, Casey Mears in that 41 was a lap down earlier in the race after being involved in an early crash. Then back on the lead lap. Stayed on the track, got some track position. Marty, he's hanging right in there.
He's done a great job, and he's been very patient. They actually are 1.2 laps down in this race. They now can make it all the way on fuel. His car's been a little bit tight, but on the last 3 stops, they have made no changes to that 41 car. Great run for this rookie.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, and he's learned a whole lot in 300 laps here at Bristol.
Tell you what he's going to learn in just a minute.
The bump and run?
The bump and run, yeah. Because Kurt Busch cannot allow these guys to keep driving away from him the way they are right now.
Well, the way the 41 car is moving up the racetrack, I think Kurt's going to be able to get underneath him here pretty quick.
I see the, whoa, nice cut there.
Yeah, it was a good cut.
So Kurt Busch by Casey Mears for 3rd. Here's Jeff Gordon trying to follow the opening to the inside.
Can't quite make it. It's amazing how Jeff Gordon's car has changed from the first 150 laps to the last 150 laps.
Up front, Kevin Harvick trying to catch up to Sterling Marlin for the race lead. Kurt Busch is 3rd. And this is the race for 4th, but check this out, top 2. Harvick is there. Will we see the bump and run from him?
Yeah, still a lot of laps to go.
Yeah, but if he's faster and he knows Kurt Busch is closing fast. Here he is inside.
Sterling doesn't have the rubber that Harvick has on his car. He's got better tires on his car right now.
Kevin Harvick led 25 laps earlier in the race. He's back out in front for a 2nd time with 134 laps to go. Watch this. Wow.
That's enough because you can see the body pick up off the rear tires, and that's all it takes.
Ken Schrader by Casey Mears. Here comes Jamie McMurray. Joining the fight at the front of the pack. Nice job by McMurray all night. He's kept our little front bumper cam in one piece.
Yeah. Well, once again, riding on board with Jamie McMurray in the 42 car in the front bumper. He's currently in 6th position.
He started 31st.
Car that looks pretty fast right now is Jimmy Johnson.
Jamie McMurray in his 2nd NASCAR Winston Cup start here at Bristol. He finished 11th in the race here back at the end of March. And here's Jeff Gordon, Ken Schrader, and McMurray, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Got a little bit of free racetrack before you get back to 7th place. Now Jimmy Johnson. Who's gotten by Casey Mears.
Well, there was a lot of...
And a lot of people are about to go. Oh, turn 1, Sterling Marlin has crashed. 2nd place car. And the caution flag is out.
man, this is unbelievable.
I don't think the TV show Survivor's got anything on these guys.
No.
This could be the last one running tonight. Sterling Marlin was running second when he went off into turn one. Uh-oh.
He's going to get some help from Kurt Busch.
Sure did. And I'll tell you what, when you get hit going into a corner, there's not a whole lot you can do.
That's the worst.
Watch here as he goes down at turn one. Gets in the back of Sterling. When you're turning down into the racetrack and you're already loose getting in, I'll tell you what, there's not a whole lot you can do to save it. Dave?
They don't think it's been up too bad. Changed right side tires only. Didn't pull any damage out at this point. They may come back around and do that. Guys, they were only about 10 laps shy and needed 10 yellow laps to make this thing go to the end, and they didn't want to be part of that.
And the reason they would just change the two and come back around because they're toward the end of the field. You don't have a whole lot of time for when you get to your pit stall before you might get lapped by the pace car here at Bristol.
I'm not too sure he doesn't have some damage to those trailing arms, that rear suspension on that Coors Light car. Let's see. Once the car gets... The left rear tire might have caught some of that abuse with the wall. And
there's the stack up we were talking about. Kenny Wallace got in the side of Casey. They did a good job.
Now they come down into the corner. Clunk, thunk, bang. Sterling Marlin's car sits broadside across the racetrack.
21's got some damage there.
21, look at the right front on the 21 car. Oh, man.
Bill? Dale Jr. was just in.
He got right side tires there, and they had to pull the sheet metal away from the right front. His car is free in, free off, tight in the center. But they were very concerned about some right front damage, and that's what they worked on.
Ricky Rudd also in. Sterling Marlin making that second pit stop under this caution flag. The second place drivers spun out, and we're under caution again at Bristol.